The week ending Friday, February 21, 2025 has come to an end in Ghana's Legislative House. The House will reconvene on Monday, 24th February 2025. On this week's episode of This Week in Parliament, we bring you a review of what transpired in the Legislative House within the week. With Ghana currently battling an outbreak of cholera and meningitis, the Minister for Health was in Parliament this week to brief the House on what the current situation in the country is, and as well brief the House on some measures undertaken by government to manage this outbreak.
We have set up a cholera treatment centers in affected districts and provided training to healthcare workers on case management and infection prevention control, risk communication and community engagement. We have launched public awareness campaign to educate communities about cholera prevention and control measures, vaccination. We have deployed oral cholera vaccines in high-risk areas to protect vulnerable population and prevent further spread. Permit me, Mr. Speaker, to provide additional details on cholera vaccination. Phase 1 and 2 sub-national oral cholera vaccine campaign were completed in 5 districts in the central and western regions: Awutu Senya East, Sekendu Takoradi, Efia Kwesimintim, Shama, and Ahanta West.
On the back of violence that erupted during a match between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Talkertainment FC, the Member of Parliament for Brekum West presented a statement on hooliganism in Ghana football.
I make this statement as a result of the rising acts of vandalisms, acts of hooliganisms at our various game centers, and specifically in relation to the 19th week Premier League match played on the 2nd of February 2025, which resulted in the brutal stabbing of a Kotoko fan, Nana Yao Frimpong, known as Pule.
The statement by the Brekum West MP attracted comments from several MPs, including from the Member of Parliament for Akwatia North, Samuel Ewuku, who underscored the need for stricter enforcement of stadium regulations. He also raised concerns about the proximity of some local bars, also known as drinking spots, closer to stadiums.
One of the main issues that for me continue to also agitate my mind has to do with the issue of citing drinking spots and beer bars around these stadia and sports facilities. One, you cannot enter the stadium with alcohol, but the people just take it before entering. So they enter, and by the time that they reach that peak, that is when the match is also at its height. So one, we also have to be clear on the modalities and the guidelines and what we can also have around the various sporting facilities.
The Majority Leader of Parliament, also commenting on the matter, expressed optimism about the future of Ghana sports. He revealed plans by the new Minister for Sports, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, to negotiate with Super Sports to ensure the broadcasting of Ghanaian football on their international platform.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister is already holding meetings with the media to see how we can project sports. Indeed, he has revealed to me that he is looking to negotiate for Super Sports and others to begin to cover our local leagues. Because, Mr. Speaker, when the local leagues are covered by Super Sports, what it means is that people sitting in South Africa can see our boys playing, our boys and girls playing. And from South Africa, they can begin to identify and come and scout for those people. So the footballers themselves, when they see that their tournaments are covered on Super Sports, they know that a global platform is being provided them to showcase their skills.
Reading the business of the House for the oncoming week, the Majority Leader, Mahama Yaruga, announced that President John Dramani Mahama will be in Parliament on Thursday, February 27, to deliver a State of the Nation address.
Let me announce to the House that His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama, will be in this House on Thursday, 27th of February 2025, in accordance with Article 67 of the Constitution, to deliver the State of the Nation address.
Following the court ruling, the MP, while making a comment in commemoration of World Social Justice Day, demanded justice in what he sees to be an unfair treatment by the court.
Mr. Speaker, just this morning, I was asked by a journalist within this precinct of Parliament that he wants to know that are we waiting, or for how long will we wait until when a president wins an election in this country and the opponent goes to court just to challenge that person unfairly and to just deny that person that right that is due him. Mr. Speaker, in order not to sound prejudicial, I refuse to comment on the matter. But I want all of us to take note.
Order. All members, order.
Mr. Speaker, I want all of us to take note that this discussion that we are having here should not be one that we are just having it today and let it slide. It should bring to fore meaningful thoughts and discussion, where citizens, policymakers, and CSOs will all come together to advance social justice in this country, and especially to me as the MP for Akwatia in this country. Thank you.
The minority caucus on the matter of the Akwatia MP on Thursday announced their decision to seek a High Court intervention to quash the conviction of their colleague by the Koforidua High Court.
At this stage, let me state that a contempt matter is a quasi-criminal matter, claiming that the lawyer should have filed an appearance. When somebody came to you earlier, you allowed the person to open a phone to give you details of a certain WhatsApp or a certain publication. But a lawyer comes to stand in for a client in a contempt matter. You are asking the lawyer to file an appearance in a quasi-criminal matter. Hey, Justice Senor Amedehe. At this stage, let me state further that legal steps have been taken. A notice of appeal has been filed against the ruling of the High Court at the Court of Appeal. An application for stay of execution pending appeal has also been filed at the High Court, number 3, Koforidua. Moreover, all the parties to the certiorari and prohibition application, including the judge, His Lordship Justice Emmanuel Senor Amedehe, who is the respondent to this application before the Supreme Court, have been duly served. Further legal steps will be taken, and the minority caucus in Parliament will address the Ghanaian public on the way forward. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, Ghana's democracy thrives on fairness, the rule of law, and the principles of justice. The actions taken against Honorable Ernest Yakumi threaten not only his rights, but also the very foundation of our democratic processes and principles.
During proceedings on Friday, the Akwatia MP sought to make a statement on the floor, but his attempt was, however, opposed by the majority side.
There's somebody who knows very well that he has been convicted by the courts for a conduct that he engaged in this house. And we caution him in this house. We said, look, there is a court order restraining you from being sworn in. If you refuse and you allow us to swear you in, you will be held accountable. And he said, yes, he's ready to be held accountable. Now he has been held accountable by the courts, and he wants to come and use this parliament as a shield. Mr. Speaker, it won't happen. This side will not allow that. We will not allow him to make the statement on this floor, because he has been convicted by the courts. At least he should go and file an appeal. He should file an appeal. He should seek to stay the execution of the orders of the court. Then we know that due process is being complied with. Mr. Speaker, I want to indicate clearly that if you insist and admit this statement and you allow him to make the statement, this side of the house will wash our hands off and then we'll walk out and leave you to make your statements. We'll wash our hands off because We don't believe in undermining the judiciary. We don't believe in undermining the rule of law.
The minority caucus, led by their leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, had a strong reaction to the decision to refuse the Akwatia MP the opportunity to make a statement.
I am a practitioner. Mr. Speaker, I am a courtroom practitioner. I know courtroom practice and courtroom rules. So I'm talking law. And I want my colleagues to listen. I'm saying that Honorable Kumi had filed a stay of proceedings application, which application was pending before the court at the time that the same court was seized with the application committing him for contempt. The court was aware. And I am saying that the court, after its decision, there is a stay of execution and an appeal, notice of appeal. These two processes have been filed. If they don't know, I'm letting them know now. It is most unfair for Mr. Dafia-Mekpo to describe a respected colleague as a fugitive. Never again should such a statement come out of the mouth of a colleague. Maybe today you find it convenient, but trust me, come on, await each one of us.
With the majority's opposition, the second deputy speaker presiding adjourned the House, denying the Akwatia MP the opportunity to make his statement.
Honorable members. When Afenyo-Markin speaks, many of you will get
Honorable members.
When Afenyo-Markin, many points of order.
Honorable members.
Where? Many points of order.
Honorable members.
You cannot tolerate.
If you wouldn't allow me, I will go ahead, suspend the House, and
you will not adjourn the House. Mr. Speaker, they want an adjournment. We will argue the case today. We will argue no adjournment. Mr. Speaker, we will argue. Let us argue the issues with the adjournment.
Honorable members.
You are running away. You brought your application, you are running away.
Honorable
You
members,
brought your application, you are running
the time
away.
is 5 to 4 o'clock. You are in my hands. The House is accordingly adjourned.
And that brings us to an end of this week in Parliament.